And my colleague Tapas Bhattacharya now joins for more on this developing story from Dubai, from the venue of the COP28. Tapas, day one was productive in that there was a consensus or some forward movement on the issue of the loss and damage fund. But what about how is day two shaping up?
Day two looks really good, Ramesh, as already UAE President Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed has announced the establishment of the climate fund of almost $30 billion. That's a huge, start. And the simple reason we believe that once the COP28 gets over, the UAE declaration will find a special mention about having a climate fund where not just billions but trillions of dollars will be put in place. It is very much required. And what I can tell you is that there will be a major discussion going on whether, the loss and damage fund aside, keeping that part aside, we believe that a special fund will be created, the one that already President of UAE has already announced. We believe that it will amount to not just in billion, but it will go to almost trillions of dollars. And that's exactly what is required currently if we have to comply by the 1.5 degrees Celsius of a Paris Climate Agreement benchmark. So if that is something that we need to do, then we have to cut down the emission. We have to pour in the finances to uplift the global south. And what better way than Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who is here in COP28, providing a leadership and a voice to the COP28 global south.
Also, Tapas, we saw Prime Minister Modi lay out his agenda, as it were, in an interview to a local publication in which he outlined India's agenda or India's key focus areas at COP28 this year. What should one expect from his addresses later in the day as we go forward? The two side events, one on the Green Credits Initiative and another on IT.
Right. So the first is the green credit program, which actually comes from India's own green budget program, which was notified earlier a month back, where India's Ministry, Environment, Forest and Climate Change has actually notified this. It's almost more than 3,700 crores of money has been put in that. So this has been taken up in a large scale, in an international scale, where it will be collaborated with other countries, and they will be joining hands and providing a green carbon. It's almost green credit. It's almost like a carbon credit system, but it will be much more inclusive, and it will have a major impact. It's expected to be on the same lines as that of the Panchamrit of the Prime Minister Narendra Modi's mission life that he has already given. Sustainable living is what he has envisioned in his approach, and that's something that will be quite evident in this particular program that will come up. And the lead IT is also something where the private and the public companies will come forward to work in a sustainable manner. Remember, a lot of companies are working and still haven't taken up the point of sustainable development. So it will be, and remember, India and Sweden has been working on this, so it will be again taken to a global level, and then the private and the public companies will be encouraged to go full throttle in a more sustainable manner in their approach. And it is quite possible. We spoke to some of the industry leaders, and they said that it is high time that industry come together, and in fact the industry has been at the forefront of this climate change, climate justice campaign for a long period of time. Just to give you a perspective, an example, cement industry is one of the largest emission in the world, but what we can tell you is that India's cement industry leaders are working in a technology through which the emission will be cut down half, and the profit margin will also not go down. So this is the true example of sustainable development, and that's something that the Prime Minister Modi has been talking about, and that's something that in lead IT that will come across quite evidently. Ramesh.
All right, Tapas, thank you. That was my colleague Tapas Bhattacharya reporting from Dubai.